Okay, so here we are for part 3 of deciphering Sir Francis Drake's chicken scratching handwriting. Although honestly, I find it very beautiful. So that's why I wanted to make these videos. But I want to make a correction as I normally do. So no need to put in nasty comments. Last time, I should trust my eyes and not my memory. So I thought it said that upon great consideration they had left the army of Spain far to the northwards, blah blah blah, but I could see that it was a D here, so it's actually the word good. Upon good, this is the G. This O is kind of open, this one's more formed, and then D. So G-O-O-D, upon good consideration, they had left the army of Spain far to the northwards, and they could neither recover England nor Scotland. So where was Scotland here? Oh yes, Scotland is here. And again, it ended in this sort of flourish here, which I don't know what it is. I'm not an expert. I'm just a regular guy doing this for fun. But it could be sort of like a comma or a break in the sentence, but definitely he will use this again. So we'll see if we can decipher. So now he's going to talk about they hit a storm. So, and within, so and, this is his more traditional style A, N, and this D here, D, and here he didn't put it on its side and kind of screw up the other letters. So this is a nice upright D. And within this W, again, should be like an N with a little ball at the end, but he didn't quite finish it. It almost looks like a regular W, or a modern W. Now I, he normally doesn't dot. In this case, he just omitted the I completely. W, T, H, I, again, no dot, N. So within, no I, within, and now this looks like would be kind of like a tilde to say, well, hey, the sentence isn't finished. I'm going to continue it on the next line, but he hasn't done that anywhere else, so I don't know why he just did it at that point, but he did. And within, now he's saying 3 days. So this is the big T, H. Look how he puts it down almost 2 lines below. This is his stand-up R, and then 2 E's. So this first E is kind of like an E, and then when you write it fast, the second one he kind of loops over. It almost looks like an O or a Greek theta, but that's the word 3. Within 3 days, this is the D. Now he's looped it sideways again. Now I's and Y's were pretty interchangeable, so he's written days as D-A-I. Looks like he might have actually dotted this I. E. And then, again, S's at the end are kind of like stubby little things here, not like the very stick form S. So days, he spelled D-A-I-E-S. Within 3 days. After, this is modern A. This is the, looks like an S coming up into a T, but again, because he crosses it, that makes it an F-T-E-R. After. So 3 days after, we, this is W, like an N with a bubble, E. Now this is a more old style nice W. Looks like an N and then a nice big bubble here. We were, E, R, E. Again, this E is, looks like an E. This larger E is actually his R's, and then this E is looped over, almost looks like a theta, but that's W-E-R-E. We were, entertained. They were entertained. E-N-T-E-R-T A, again, he substitutes a Y, a very fancy Y for the I. So this Y goes like this, over and then up, and then N-E-D. They were entertained with, again, a nice W here. Again, a missing I, and then the T-H. They were entertained with, and this is a more normal A, with a great. Now this is the word great for sure. G. Now this R looks like a modern R. E, modern A, T, with a great storm. Now this I haven't seen yet in this letter. This S, look at this S. It comes up, and then he's put a complete loop here. And then the T, he just runs it down. So S-T-O-R-M. Now it gets a bit screwed up because he's got his F that's coming down so far. But he's got an M, and then he does this Scotland end here. They were entertained to a great storm. Again, maybe it's just a break. And this one says, considering. Again, this is the those funny C's which loop around. Considering. So this is the S. Again, he omits the I. D is looped over. Oh, and sorry, this S, look what he does. He puts the stick, and then he writes this big consider, D-E-R. This is definitely the G, we can tell here, and then there's an I-N here, but he wrote pretty quick and didn't dot the I. Considering the, okay, you know this now, T-H-E, time. Now time, this time he substituted an I with a Y, so it's T-Y-M, and then E. Of, this O is pretty much just a line across here, that's O. This S looking thing with the tilde here, or the stick here, makes it an of. It's not crossed, but for some reason that's how they do that. And this is the T-H. This E is kind of like just not really there, but we know it's the. And the time of, oh, and this is a nice Y, year. Y-E-R-E. Now he spelt year, Y-E-R-E, not Y-E-A-R. And again, spelling was a bit fluid here, so he is using year that way. So considering the time of year, they were entertained to a great storm. So that's it for today. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes this time, and we'll carry on next time.